Again, thank you all for coming. Let's keep it quiet. If I could have my first speaker come to the microphone. Identify yourself. The floor is yours.
Hi, sir. My name is Melanie Lebrecht, and I'm from San Pedro, California. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to speak in front of the City Council today. I have a severe case of lupus and autoimmune problems. I am disabled. And the reason I tell you this is our downtown in San Pedro, the sidewalks and the parks are littered with tents, uninhabitable for someone like me, disabled, to be able to access the sidewalks. The parks are taken over with human fecal matter.
Hold on, ma'am. Sit down and get out of the center aisle. Show respect to the person that's speaking. Take your seat. Get up again and you will be removed. Okay, you can start all over again.
Okay.
Just take your time.
Okay. With human fecal matter and urine everywhere, we have a lady today that it was posted on Facebook that was on the bus stops taking a dump. She is naked. This is an ongoing occurrence with this particular person and several other mentally ill people that are roaming around the streets of San Pedro. This is a severe ADA issue as well as a public health issue because I can't go into businesses or go into stores where these people are inhabiting and at.
Continue.
Our children see daily naked bodies. And downtown in the streets, people shooting up in public, people having public sex, and it's right next to their school. Police need to enforce laws, and they need to be handcuffed not to be able to do it because, they're told that they can't because of some special circumstances.
Thank you. Okay, if I could have my next speaker, please come and identify yourself.
Good morning. My name is Gail Fleury, and I'm a stakeholder in San Pedro. You know, that little dangling Chad at the end of L.A. where it falls into the ocean? While crime has risen in L.A. around 20%, it has risen in San Pedro almost 30%. We're beyond the capacity of our halfway houses, mental health clinics, and specialized organizations like Harbor Interfaith Services to control the sudden and devastating influx of homeless panhandlers and drug dealers in our tiny community. We may be at the end of L.A., but we are L.A., and we pay our taxes and work hard. We're every bit as important as the rest of L.A., and we deserve the services, the police, and the safety that our taxes pay for. Please help us. Thank you.
Thank you. So, is this Wendy? Please come forward. Ms. Harris.
Thank you. I am here to speak in support of Resolution 5611. Please, in your goal to assist the homeless, do not forget about us, the people of your community. Our quality of life has gone way down, and we're playing by the rules, and we're doing our best. In San Pedro, numerous sidewalks are completely taken over and inaccessible due to tents, shopping carts, and debris. These encampments are everywhere: parks, post office, in front of businesses. The people in these encampments think that we are the trespassers. We are robbed, we are assaulted, we are threatened. Our cars are broken into. And what about the concern for the handicapped? They are extremely limited where they can go due to blocked sidewalks. Banning tents, carts in between the hours of 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. will help tremendously in the safety and health of all residents of Los Angeles. It will also be a big step in taking positive action in a town described by yesterday's Daily Breeze as the Harbor Skid Row.
Thank you. So if I could have the next speaker, and please identify yourself.
Hi, my name is Raquel Beard. I'm the Executive Director of the Central City East Association.
I apologize. Did I butcher your name? So I apologize.
Okay.
Go right ahead. You get your time all over again.
I'm the Executive Director of the Central City East Association. We manage the Business Improvement District that also includes Skid Row. I was here to talk about item 12, but it was continued, and this is just too important not for me to share. I've stood here before you and told you that there is an outsized public safety crisis in Skid Row. I've told you that workers there have been threatened, intimidated, punched, and beaten. Now it's happened to one of my employees. My bid worker was stabbed yesterday afternoon at the bus stop on his way home at 7th and San Pedro. This worker is our dispatcher, the person who calls for emergency response for the medical and public safety emergencies that happen daily in Skid Row. The drug-crazed assailant is still out there. As he was fleeing, he ducked into a tent on San Pedro, no doubt to get rid of his weapon. Then he proceeded to flee. So what I'm about to say is not politically correct, but it is very true. These encampments breed a culture of lawlessness. You have no rules, extremely constrained enforcement, and people who are mentally ill, high on heroin, meth, and crack, living on the sidewalks among parolees and drug dealers.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Previn, Mr. Walsh, Mr. Akala. Come on, I see you. Come up to the mic. Mr. Akala, you're going the wrong way. Come on. No, there's no order. When I call you, come up. Go ahead, Mr. Previn.
Yes, it's Eric Previn. Sir, I was very disturbed today because there were a number of items where individuals came down, members of the public, to address their council members. And because of the weird committee system that makes no sense today, in fact, item 12, which is an important item, this 5611, people on both sides of the issue have a lot to say, and yet it was already heard, and yet it's being continued. This is an insanity, sir, and I would ask you to consult with an outside attorney who could advise you as to how to follow the Brown Act, because Mr. O'Connell and whoever this guy is, who's doing an excellent job, by the way, thank you, sir, need to be corrected, okay? And I am going to help you. You must not turn away the public. There is no good reason. There is no good reason. Ask Mr. Krikorian. He'll study it carefully and report back. Please, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Walsh.
3 deputies arrested for drunk driving. 2 of them last week. Mr. Cedillo's chief deputy, he also hit an MTA bus, Marquise Dawson's deputy, and of course, Herb Wesson's deputy from last year. And yet, you continue to vote yes on alcohol licenses. You don't deny any alcohol licenses, and the blood of the first person killed will be on all 30 of your hands. And I want you to know that we have something coming up soon called R2. It will try to steal a half-cent sales tax from you for a worthless subway. Vote no on R2D2. Go to our website, HollywoodHighlands.org, and learn all about R2D2. And just keep drinking alcohol and keep hitting.
Thank you. So if I can get Mr. Akala. Brian, are you here? Barajas, you after Juan. Go ahead.
We are the voices of the people that are really telling you we are disgusted with those disgusting bitches that come to downgrade the homeless. The homeless is everybody. Mr. Wesson, I'd like to see you on the streets one of these days, actually doing your work. I'd like to see you reviewing the sidewalks. I'd like to see you putting toilets somewhere. I don't want to see you sitting around here making laws that take more money from people. I want to see Donald Trump. Oh, no, I don't want to see that asshole ever again. Somebody here reminded me of Donald Trump today. I don't remember who that was. Englander? No. I don't know. You're all a bunch of assholes. Bye.
Okay, Mr. Barajas, followed by Mr. Herman. Michelle Autry, Yvonne Michelle Autry.
Okay, I'm going to turn into your offices entitled You Have Totally Failed, It's Time to Bow Out. Essentially, what's the essence of our calamity right now? Well, it's very simple. I think I can direct this the citizens themselves. I think our culture has degraded too far that it just seems like it's, it's kind of worthless in a way to save this country in one hand. But I think on the other hand, this is where we, LaRouche PAC, come in and actually, take the leadership that doesn't really exist right now. Not in Obama, not Bush, not Trump, not Hillary, not Sanders, not any of them. Okay, so LaRouchePAC.com.
Okay, so next. Then I'm looking for Miss Autry. If you're still here,
Mr.
please
President,
come.
as we all know,
please
you've
come
become a
forward.
poverty
Hold your. Miss Autry, please come forward, and then Mr. Spindler. Go ahead, Mr. Herman.
You've become the worst poverty pimp in Los Angeles, sir. As you continue to remove people's belongings on public sidewalks, to discourage people who are homeless on the street to have any dignity, civil rights, due process. That is really a horrible, harmful, fucked up way of treating your constituents who you neglected and oppressed for how many years? How many years have you seen these people on your fucking sidewalk and streets and you've done nothing whatsoever? I digress to this vomiting issue because it reminds me of you, Herb Wesson, little Negro, who treats us so indiscriminately. You treat us so bad, you're just worse than Adolf Hitler because you take us and throw us out of public comment and you eliminate our process of speaking on item 12, 13, and 1. You degradable president, Herb Wesson. Vote for Donald Trump.
At least I don't walk around with a rag over my face, Mr. Herman. No, now you're disrupting. Okay? Miss Autry, come forward.
First, I'd like to thank you for recognizing me. There have been 2 meetings in a row that Mr. Harris Dawson, has neglected to recognize me, which is in violation of my right to address the elected or appointed officials. So I do appreciate you in that acknowledgement, Mr. Wesson. And I filed a claim against the city because of your refusal to acknowledge me after I had legally and lawfully submitted my request to speak. So what I'd like to say is that in defense of the homeless people, this is a civil engineering. These people are homeless because they have been engineered to be that human harvest. I would be in the street after continued attempts of a hidden cadre to maintain the status quo for those powers that be, whether they are Zionist, Jewish people, Mormons, who say I have too much in hiring this cadre to illegally enter my dwelling, put holes in my clothes, subjugate me with germ warfare. So I defend those people, and also I request an opportunity to continue working with LA Can and other community-based organizations.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Autry. If I could have Mr. Spindler now. Mr. Spindler, thank you.
So what do we got here? People like me from the South. We got Marchese dishing cards on black women trying to speak at meetings. Well, another poverty pimp. And then we got Felipe Fuentes, didn't vote on the rate hike, but showed up to Plum, discovered he was there and got his butt out of there. And what about this Englander running for supervisor? No one Mitchell Englander for the Board of Supervisors. I've been up in the Antelope Valley for 2 days, walking, riding my horse, and telling everybody, there's an evil out there. Vote no on Mitchell Englander for the supervisor District 5. Anybody but him. And then there's that Janice Hahn back from the dead. Yes, they revived that dead bitch. No on Janice Hahn for the Board of Supervisors. And finally, please throw Herb Wesson in prison, that goddamn nigger fool.
Thank you. And to the public, we don't promote or support what some of our public speakers come and say they have the right to say what's on their mind. And for those of you that are watching, I'm sure you can determine which one of them are idiots and which one of them are not. Mr. O'Farrell?
Thank you, Mr. President. I would ask for a reconsideration of item 1V and then to extend it for a couple of weeks. We're going to have a conversation with LAD, the Department of Building and Safety, and sort some things out.
Let's vote on reconsideration. Let's, Madam Clerk, open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
15 ayes.
And you'd like to continue it how long, Mr. O'Farrell?
For 2 weeks, Mr. President.
That would be April 1st.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Englander.
And as long as we have that, we reconsidered one, and we have it open again, 1 AP for 2 weeks as well, please.
Let's vote on reconsideration. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote, and that also...
15 ayes.
I'm sorry, Luigi. That also will be continued till April 1st. What other business is before this body, Madam Clerk?
Council has motions for posting and referral.
They are posted. They are referred. Time for announcements. I do have one quick announcement. Members, our 100% adoption rate is still going strong. Cindy was the young dog, Cindy was adopted today by one of our guests. So our 100% adoption record continues. Now, if we'd all please rise for adjourning motions. If all in the council would please rise to show your respect for those who passed on. I'm going to look to my right side, Mr. Rue's side. I do not see any. I'm now looking to my left side for adjourning motions. I do not see any. Members, this meeting is adjourned.
You're watching LA City View, Channel 35.
We now join our scheduled program in progress.
You open that?